Sup everyone, this is Casey, at Glendo Boy on Twitter and Instagram. It's E3 week, or rather it's a big week for the Summer Game Fest, and while E3 is dead and gone, for this year at least, we got some awesome news in the gaming world this week that are too exciting to talk about. First, the week kicked off with the Xbox showcase. Then Ubisoft had their conference, Ubisoft Forward. Then it followed by Capcom press conference, which was something else. And then we got some Nintendo Direct rumors. And Square Enix has finally released the long-awaited demo for Final Fantasy XVI. And I will be re-spoiling the demo story. So when we get to it, and you don't want to get spoiled, make sure to click off the video, McKay. So let's get to it. First off, let's dive right into the Xbox Game Showcase 2023 that happened this past Sunday. So strap in, folks, because we got a ton of games and announcements to cover. Xbox hit the ground running with a major announcement, long overdue, and its name is Fable. We got a first proper look at the upcoming long-awaited Xbox original reboot. The cheeky humor the series is known for was on full display, with British comedian Richard Ayoade from IT Crowd narrating the trailer. We don't know when the game is coming out yet, but it's confirmed to be hitting Game Pass on day one. Next, Cyberpunk is getting a story expansion titled Phantom Liberty. It's set for release September 26th. The trailer showcased the return of Keanu Reeves and introduces Idris Elba, joining the game character cast as Solomon Reed. As a matter of fact, guys, Cyberpunk developers worked closely with Idris to write the character with him in mind. How awesome is that? If you're a huge fan of Cyberpunk and had forgiven the developers for their early flop on that game during its early days of release, you'll be in for a treat when you explore an entirely new area of Night City. Next, Obsidian's long-awaited fantasy RPG Avowed made a splash, with a release window set for 2024 to Game Pass on Xbox Series X and S. The first big look at the game gave us spellcasting, sword combat, monsters, and a ton of other fantasy elements. On the hardware front, Xbox head Phil Spencer revealed the new 1TB Xbox Series S, launching September 1st. Retailing at $349, this console is in response to the Series S's abysmal storage. It's sure to please the fans. We also got a longer look at Starfield, which also had its own dedicated direct, showcasing shots of planets, ships, wildlife, and much more. The showcase also revealed a new game from InXile, which is very similar to BioShock Infinite, titled Clockwork Revolution, a first-person shooter with a steampunk theme and hints of time manipulation mechanics. Other big reveals included Compulsion Games' South of Midnight, Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws, which is set to be an open-world Star Wars game featuring an adorable animal companion. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, it's kinda ugly. We got Forza Motorsport coming October 10th, with real stunning next-gen visuals, and remakes of some Persona favorites, Persona 3 Reload, and Persona 5 Tactica. Speaking of Persona, we saw a new RPG from the creators of the game series titled Metaphor Refantasio. A new RPG that retains a lot of its Persona style, but takes place in a totally new world, and of course it's set for release sometime in 2024. So overall, the Xbox showcase was good. Very, very good. Now let's talk about Ubisoft Forward. The Ubisoft Forward showcase was okay. It did have an infestation of Assassin's Creed games, though. We got Assassin's Creed Nexus, a VR version of the AC franchise. Then we got Assassin's Creed Codename Jade, a mobile version set in 3rd century era China with a closed beta now up for registration. And finally, the main game, Assassin's Creed Mirage. The main game got us a story trailer introducing the main character Basim, and a gameplay demo taking place after his first main target got assassinated. The showcase also gave us more Prince of Persia goodness. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown got a gameplay demo, and it never ceased to blow my mind. But as a game character myself, I could so pull off those moves. You don't think so? Well, I know so. Yeah. Other major announcements included The Crew Motorsports, an Avatar video game, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and a DLC for Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, featuring Rayman. Overall, the Ubisoft Forward was short and sweet. Now, let's talk Capcom. Okay, so the Capcom showcase, there's nothing much to report there, except it had a lot of information on Ghost Trick and Dragon's Dogma 2. We also acknowledged Capcom celebrating its 40th anniversary. Other than that, like I said, it wasn't much. But you'd be the judge? Capcom Town looked cool though, but okay. Maybe I do need to acknowledge a few great games that were at the showcase apart from Dragon's Dogma 2 and Ghost Trick. And those were Mega Man X Dive Offline, Resident Evil 4 VR, Exoprimal, and Capcom's newest new game, Path of the Goddess. And I do have a soft spot for gaming tournament, as Capcom announced its Street Fighter VI JP Pro League with its opening match on July 7th. But, like I said, not much was shown at the showcase. But what do you think? Link to the showcase is in the description below. As a matter of fact, all links to all 3 showcases are in the description below. Do check them out. Now let's talk Nintendo. Recent rumors suggest that the next Nintendo Direct might be happening in July. The buzz comes from none other than well-known industry insider Jeff Grubb, who has a track record of accurate leaks, recently discussed the possibility of a July Nintendo Direct on his podcast. While he didn't provide a specific date, he mentioned hearing rumblings about the event taking place in July. It's important to note, though, that Grubb himself seemed a bit uncertain about these rumors, so there's a chance the event might be pushed to August or a later month. The last Nintendo Direct was heavily focused on showcasing The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and it was only a 10-minute showcase. But now that the game is out, fans are eager to see what's going on next with the big N. Of course, there are some games coming this summer, including the long-awaited Pikmin 4, and some DLCs from recently released titles that would surely satisfy our appetite, including the remaining courses from the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass. I, Glendo Boy, will surely keep you updated once I hear some more news, so stay tuned. Alright, so moving on to Final Fantasy XVI. I played the demo and it was epic. The story is masterfully crafted, very engaging. Kinda reminds me of Game of Thrones a bit with its shocking events, characters development, and overall its dramatic turnaround. We all saw in the previous trailers that Joshua the Phoenix was going to battle Ifrit, but to actually see it unfold, it really can give you chills. Also, the end of the demo revealed who was the mastermind behind the events that unfolded in the story. So if you haven't played the demo, I'd suggest you go play it, because I will be spoiling the demo story shortly, so spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1. The demo story kicks off with the epic battle between Phoenix and Ifrit. It then shifts to adult Clive, on a mission to capture the Icon of Ice with 3 of his comrades. But that mission didn't pan out as expected when they got caught up in the middle of a war on a massive scale involving Shiva and Titan. Then we rewind to 13 summers ago to a young Clive, back at the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, training under the Commander Murdoch, and getting the full support from his brother Joshua and childhood friend turned sister Jill. Shortly after the sparring, the heroes are met with the arrival of the Grand Duke Elwyn and his wife, the Duchess Annabella. Just the look on her face, and you can already tell she was up to no good. And as an excellent judge of character, I was right. Clive is then summoned to the throne room by his father and given a mission to clear some monsters roaming the neighboring swamp nearby, and he was entrusted with the chaperones of 2 cool soldiers, Wade and Tyler, to help him on his quest. Shortly after defeating some goblins and a close encounter with a dangerous Malboro, Clive and his retainers emerged victorious, and they all rejoined his father Elwyn and his brother Joshua at their meeting location, Phoenix Gate. It is at that location that the major scene that changed everybody's lives forever unfolded. With enemies amongst them, the Duke's army got ambushed. With Elwyn killed in front of his son, Joshua's grief transformed him into the Phoenix. But then another icon showed up in the form of Ifrit, and the iconic battle, no pun intended, took place and ended in cruel tragedy. The story demo ended with the revelation of the mastermind behind the ambush, and her name was Annabella. And that bitch got her entire family killed for some unknown reasons we would have to find out when the game comes out on June 21st. Well, actually, she got everyone killed except Clive, the son she thinks of as a nobody. Seriously, talk about heartless. By the way, the demo still has a lot of surprises up its sleeves once you complete its story, so you're gonna have to play it through to find out. And that has been your news for this week. If you've enjoyed everything I shared with you all, I need you to do 3 things for me, McKay? Like, comment, subscribe, and see what I've been up to on my website at CaseyTresser.com. So next time, it's been your boy Casey. So stay perky and stay loving. Later, taters.